Hello everyone and welcome to a new month, which means best and worst of beauty time. This was a bit of a struggle putting this pyramid together for a couple of different reasons. One being, a lot of these products I really like. So it was really hard to put them in a pyramid format because if you are new here, I do format these so that it's just like in Dance Moms where we get to climb the pyramid, see what the worst product I used this month was, and then from there on out go to the mediocre products, and then the very top of the pyramid we have got the best product of the month in my opinion. This was difficult because like I said, I had a lot of products that I really liked, but they are just kind of in the middle, so they could be replaced. You know, what's 4th place could have been 5th place, and what was 5th place could have been 6th place, etc, etc. But that also aside, I have been dealing with, if you missed my most recent live stream, or yeah, that's about really the only way you would know, but I've been dealing with some horrendous debilitating back pain, which I have dealt with for a lot of my life here. And yeah, this past like week or so, I was hardly able to move, much less put on or use makeup. And just in general, I feel like I was very not makeup heavy this month. However, I was testing things out like usual, and I do have a bunch of products here. I've got a 10 product pyramid for you, and I'm excited to climb it to show you what I was loving and hating this month. So without further ado, let's go ahead, sing the song together, and then we can see what I got on my pyramid here this month. It's the best and worst of beauty, whether good or bad, here's the down and dirty. So first off, this is actually, it's surprising to me, I think, because when I initially tried this product, from what I remember, I really liked it. However, I have come to find maybe not so much. This is the Dior Skin Air Flash Spray Foundation. I have the shade number 100. Originally, this was my mom's. She tried it out, she didn't like it, she gave it to me. So I did a video on it, I tried it, I thought I really liked it, and then it got lost in my foundation hoard, and makeup declutter after makeup declutter, I kept saying, oh, I'll test this again finally, and then I'll figure out if I actually love it, blah blah blah, and I just didn't. Until now, where I've been testing this out, and it's not that this is a bad foundation. It just has some problems if you have very oily skin like me. Also, if you have dry skin, because apparently, like I said, my mom didn't like it either, and she has very dry skin. Now, first off, it's a spray foundation. It's real messy. I don't like that about it, you know? You have to, I personally find that it goes on the best. By the way, I apologize for the incoming, outcoming light. It's partially cloudy today. I apologize, but you know, you have to spray it. I personally find that it works best on a makeup sponge. Spray it on that and then dab it all over your face. It is very messy doing that. It's very beautiful as well. The finish, I think, when first applied, is just gorgeous and dreamy and natural. However, that goes to poop pretty darn quick. I find that it can look very crepey and textured, especially around my mouth, within the first hour or two. I do think it looks great on camera, I will say that much, but also I do get oily fairly quick with this foundation, and this is the type of foundation that once I do get oily, it wipes off with my oils. However, it feels very lightweight. Like, I barely feel like I have on foundation right now, and it stays lightweight feeling even once I do get oily throughout the day and everything. I just think that there are more cons with this foundation than there are pros. So I will finally be able to declutter this foundation. Yay, cheers and claps for Cassie. But unfortunately, not cheers and claps for the foundation, because it just didn't end up working out well for me. Next up on the pyramid, like I said, I've got a lot of mediocre / good products for this month, and this product, it's a good one. It's just not something that I could see being a favorite of mine. I think the color's a little off, but that's it. Otherwise, it's a good product. It's just not necessarily the best for me, but I do really freaking like this thing, you guys. This is the Too Faced Pineapple Paradise Strobing Bronzer in the shade Pineapple Sun. This is from Too Faced. It was from their Tutti Frutti collection. This does have a very mild coconut scent. If you have smelled the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, I think it smells a lot like that slash almost identical. This comes with a what they call a bronzer and then a highlight. I don't see this as a bronzer for many people at all. It's very cool toned to be a bronzer. It looks pretty warm toned there, but look at it. It can be kind of cool toned. Either way, I use it as a contour because it honestly looks a lot like the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, honestly, in color and finish and everything. It's kind of like a more satiny finish. And then it's also got the highlight on the other side, which is gorgeous. And both of these do look really good on me, I do think. But I think the bronzer, which I use as a contour, so this could just be, you know, use your air or whatever, I'll own up to that. It can look a little dark on me fairly quickly, so I just have to use a really, really light hand with it. And then the highlighter is gorgeous. I mean, like a lot of Too Faced highlighters, it just blends and melts into the skin. Absolutely lovely, but it's a little bit yellow for my liking, the color of it. Like I said, these are no faults of the product. It's just, you know, with my coloring, it's not the greatest. And that's why it's on the bottom-ish of the pyramid here, but it's not a bad product. Like I said, the products blend really gorgeously into the skin. They melt in, they last all day. I think they look really natural and nice and everything. It's just not necessarily my color palette, but I think it's adorable. I really do. Like I said, the colors just aren't necessarily the best for me. And next up, again, this is not a bad product. It's just not the best, but I have been enjoying it and I do think it has purpose and I will absolutely keep it and keep on using it. This right here is the Pacifica Natural Minerals. It's like the brightening multi-pencil thing in the nude thing. I think it's the only shade they make. A lot of this stuff you're going to see on the pyramid is from Pacifica because I did do a full face of first impressions and stuff on them, and I also did a foundation and concealer review on them this past month, so I just have been using a lot of their products. So apologies if that's going to bug anybody, but this pencil here, they say it's a multi-pencil. Like, you could, I guess if this is your skin color, you could use it as a concealer, I guess. I was just using this for lining my waterline, and that's how I do use it. Although if you are using this multi like that, I would not recommend drawing this onto your blemishes and then drawing it into your eyeball. Like, that just seems like contamination would be a thing that would happen there. But as an eye pencil for the waterline, this is probably one of the creamiest and most pigmented pencils in general, but especially in terms of this color. I feel like this color eye pencil can be really hard to actually show up on the waterline sometimes. Like, it's just not creamy enough, or, you know, it's just not pigmented enough, whatever the case is. This one is intense. It just like melts on and glides on, and it makes such a huge difference at making your eyes just look brighter and more awake. I apologize for not having a snippet here in the video, but if you want to see this in action, you can definitely go and watch that video where I did use it. The only reason this is down so far on the pyramid is because the lasting power isn't that great. I would say it lasts for maybe a couple hours, 3 hours tops, and then it fades pretty drastically. But I feel like most eye pencils, especially me with watery eyes, do that. But I really like it, and I wouldn't mind slash I don't mind slash I haven't minded having to reapply this throughout the day. So it's a really freaking good nude eyeliner pencil for in your waterline if you're looking for something like this. It's just, like I said, lasting power isn't the best, but generally that's a really nice eye pencil. And the last product on the bottom of the pyramid here, we have got this blush right here. This is their Blushes blush in the shade Camellia. For anyone who doesn't know, Pacifica products are 100% vegan and cruelty-free, which I think is great. And someone did note on one of the videos I did about Pacifica that you kind of have to take that into account with these products, that they're not going to perform not necessarily not as well, but like they're just going to perform differently than makeup that has a bunch of preservatives and stuff in it. So I do think that is something to take into account. But this blush is gorgeous. The only reason I have it down so low as I do is that the lasting power isn't the greatest. It lasts for maybe like 5 or 6 hours and then it gets a pretty drastic fade going on, but the color is just gorgeous. It's just a really nice satiny peachy pink. I could see this looking good on so many different people. I love how small and compact this is. It's just really nice and not as wasteful as the big bulky packaging that I feel like so many products have. It blends beautifully on the cheeks. It is nice and sheer, which I like in a blush because then I can either wear it sheer or I can build it up, whatever I want to do. This is just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous in terms of application and initial loveliness. It's just the lasting power that I wish it lasted longer on me, but other than that, I think this is a delightful little blush and I would recommend it to a lot of people if lasting power isn't something that you care about, or if you don't mind, you know, like if you only need it to last like 5-ish hours, then I would say maybe give it a try. I think it's a delightful, blushious little blush, and I do love that bun. Hey Fig, do you want to announce the next product on the pyramid? Next up, we've got another Pacifica product here. I don't know that that would necessarily be Figaro's voice if he could speak, but he does have a high-pitched little meow, that's for sure. But here we have got a under-eye concealer from Pacifica. This is the Pacifica Dreamlit Illuminating Under Eye Brightener. This is a nice little under-eye concealer, you guys, let me tell ya. This makes such a big difference. I mean, under-eye correctors do in general make a pretty dang good difference, but this one in particular has a wonderful balance of making a huge difference while also looking very natural. I feel like a lot of these under eye concealers, yeah, they can make a big difference, but it looks like you caked on a ton of makeup underneath your eyes. This one just blends in so beautifully into the skin. I would feel totally comfortable wearing just this and not needing concealer or foundation on top of it, which I can't say for a lot of under eye concealers like this, but this just blends right in. It is beautiful and does a really, really good job. I mean, you can see a clear before and after when using this. The only reason it is not like a favorite and higher up on the pyramid for me is that I think due to its tacky texture, this is very, very tacky going on, which it's not my favorite, but you know, it works, it's fine. But I think that makes it so that for me, with my very creasy under eyes, you know, I've got a lot of fine lines under there that just makeup loves to settle on into and hunker down and say, honey, I'm home. This gets very creasy very quick and it can't stop, won't stop. Like all throughout the day, I get creases, like just constantly, no matter, you know, setting it, putting things over it, whatever, to try and get rid of the creases. It doesn't matter. The creasiness persists and it's annoying. But I still think this works really well, so I guess I don't really care, but that is a big drawback to it. So if you do have fine underline eyes, those were words, right? I probably prefer my Kaja under eye catnap brightener, but if you're looking, I actually think that are those products, they might just be cruelty free, maybe not vegan. Either way, if you're looking for a drugstore vegan alternative, I would highly recommend this one. I think it is a nice, nice under eye concealer. It's just really creasy. Now next up, these were favorites at the beginning of the month. I feel like I could not stop wearing this lip combo for the first like 2 weeks of February. It was a constant in my life. It was a constant in my videos. I feel like you saw this in a lot of videos at the beginning of February. This lip combo, you guys, oh my god. This is a combo of the Kaja Cushy Vibe. It's like, I don't know, it's some kind of a color lip stain in the shade number 4 Cashmere. And then on top of that, the Fresh Sugar Tulip Tinted Lip Treatment. When I first tried out a bunch of Kaja products, that was incredibly hard to say for some reason. But when I first tried them out in was it like a full face of first impressions, I'm pretty sure? I wasn't sure on this lip product. I wasn't sure. But that's because I was wearing it like a lipstick. And I think that this is best used as a stain. Oh my goodness, you guys. This, I just dabbed like on the inner portion of my lips, you know, and then dabbed it out. So you got like a nice little kind of gradient that stains the lips. Great. Seal that in with this Tulip basically chapstick, lip balm, whatever you're gonna want to call it, these fresh lip balms. Not only do they smell delicious, they are just beautiful all around. The texture of them, the color of it, like the sheer but like still really impactful pop of color. This just seals the deal. These two colors look gorgeous together, and then throughout the day, just for touch-ups, you can just keep on putting more of this sugar treatment in Tulip, and oh my god, it will last pretty much all day because you've got the stain on underneath, and it's just such a vibrant, beautiful color combo. It just looks real freaking good, if I do say so myself. That was a really good discovery for me anyways, that color combo. I really love it, and I would have worn it today, but I didn't think it went quite as well, and plus I've got another thing to show you. So, moving on. The last thing on the second tier of the pyramid here, I know, I've got another Pacifica product. This is the Liquid Cover Full Coverage Lasting Concealer. This concealer, you guys, this is a nice concealer. I really like it. I've got the shade 20NF, but overall, this is just a good concealer, especially from the drugstore. It's almost full coverage. I wouldn't say, I mean, it's certainly not as full coverage as something like the Tarte Shape Tape, but in general, it does a really freaking good job at covering things up. The consistency, I think, is what makes it not as full coverage. I mean, it's not a watery concealer, but once you start blending it out, it's got a sheared out kind of watery look, I guess. But the thing that this really impressed me with, I mean, not only the coverage, but then also the lasting power on this, you guys, is phenomenal. I mean, all day, this isn't going anywhere, but especially, I've been really shocked. This lasts underneath my glasses pads. I feel like a lot of people ask, like, Cassie, do any products actually last under there? Not many, but there are some. And does this last perfectly underneath the glasses pads? No. However, at the end of a day where I'm wearing glasses, because I had this zit like right underneath my glasses pads for most of this past month, because that's a bugger to try and heal because I don't wear contacts every day. But when I did wear concealer, if I was wearing makeup that day and I was wearing my glasses, this, I would say, only smudged off maybe 20-25% by the end of the day underneath my glasses. That's pretty freaking impressive if you ask me. So yeah, this concealer gets high marks from me. It does a great job. And I mean, shoot, I would recommend it to anybody. I don't see why not. Now, moving on up to the top of my pyramid, not the very tippity top, but the second to the top tier on the pyramid. Surprise, surprise, guys, we got another Pacifica product here. I'm sorry. But I've got the mascara that I've been using this past month, and I have really been enjoying this. This is the Pacifica Stellar Gaze Length and Strength Mineral Mascara. I've got the shade Supernova. This mascara, you guys, if you want a natural, 100%, you know, vegan, all that kind of stuff, good, like, you know, good for your eyes type of a thing, kind of a mascara, this is a good one. It really reminds me of the Burt's Bees mascara, and that one is also 100% cruelty-free vegan. I could be wrong about that, but from what I'm remembering, it was a completely natural mascara. It's a mostly really good mix of not too wet and not too dry as I've continued using it here. I have noticed that it's more on the wet side than anything, but you know, it is work withable. I just have to be careful while it's drying not to like look up or anything, because then it'll smudge since I do have longer lashes. But this mascara goes on beautifully. I think it gives such nice, you know, length and strength. You know, it gives length, gives a little bit of volume, but much more length than anything, I would say, and just gives really nice definition to the lashes. It doesn't, I don't think I have any problems with it clumping or anything, and once it's on, it's pretty much on, unless I'm having a really bad day with my eyes being really watery, in which case this does flake off because I'm touching my eyes a lot, and then it does end up smudging quite a bit. But when that's not the case and my eyes are just acting like a normal person's eyes, I don't get any flakes with this. I get no fallout, no nothing throughout the day. It lasts all day, even though it is not waterproof. But since it is not waterproof, it is really easy to take off at the end of the day, which I love. And overall, this is just a great little mascara. I mean, like I said, it doesn't look like you have falsies with it on or anything, but I think it adds some beautiful definition to the lashes, looks really natural and nice and fluttery, and overall, I just have really been enjoying this mascara. Plus I really like the two. It just reminds me of Van Gogh's Starry Night with the blue and the gold and the wispiness. I mean, in any case, I think it's a good little mascara. Now, second to the top on the pyramid here, we have got a not Pacifica product. I know, are you excited? I have got another concealer that I've been using this past, I would say couple months actually, but I need to mention this because this is a really freaking good concealer, you guys. This is the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer Super Coverage. I've got the shade Snow, and truth be told, I could probably use one shade darker in this. This is a little light for me, but this is like a mega gigantic concealer. They say you can use it to conceal, contour, highlight, and retouch, which makes sense why it's so massive. It's not quite as big, I don't think, as the Tarte Shape Tape in terms of the wand size. The tube is certainly bigger, but you know, it would just be easier to like contour and stuff with this size of a thing. But I use this as a concealer, and this is really, it's really good. I don't know, I feel like I've mentioned it here on my channel before, but in any case, I want to mention it again because a good product is a good product, and I've been loving this. This, I feel like, is the equivalent of the Tarte Shape Tape if the Tarte Shape Tape was more natural looking. Like, if you want that full coverage of the Shape Tape, but you're one of the people that thinks it looks too cakey or whatever the case is, too obvious, you might want to try this one from Too Faced because I think it still gives that same super high coverage, but when it's blended out, I mean, granted, it would blend out a lot better if it was a better shade for me, but that's my bad. It blends out so nicely and smoothly and just is wonderful and lovely, and it lasts all day. It's a beautiful concealer. Like, I don't know how else to talk this up other than saying it's probably one of my favorite concealers. It's just really, it's really good. It's really freaking good. And now, top of the pyramid. Who's excited for some more Pacifica products? You guys, I just can't help it. I've been loving this lip combo that I've got going on right here today. I pretty much, after figuring out the Kaja plus Fresh lip duo that I was wearing at the beginning of the month, then I tested out the Pacifica products and I discovered this lip combo. There was no looking back, especially because I was doing a lot more like natural, I guess, looks, and this is a very natural lip look on me, but like amplified. Oh, you guys, so this is the Pacifica Natural Color Quench Lip Tint in the shade Blood Orange, and then the Pacifica Enlightened Gloss Nourishing Mineral Lip Shine in the shade Beach Kiss. I mean, these are good products on their own, but combined, ugh, yes. The Color Quench Lip Tint smells divine. It smells like oranges. It's really nice and citrusy and fresh and delightful, and it just gives a nice sheer balmy wash of color onto the lips. Very similar to like the Fresh lip tints, but this is, it's more sheer. I feel like those Fresh sugar lip tints give a lot more color payoff, but this still gives a good amount of color payoff and hydrates the lips for a decent amount of time. I would say like 3 to 4 hours, maybe 5. You can reapply at that point if you're just wearing this, but for me, putting this gloss on top of it just gives that beautiful extra shine and moisture and beautimousness. I mean, this shade, it's like this really pretty pearly opalescent nudie pink that I think would look good on a lot of different people. It is sheer for the most part, but it does give that reflective quality, and it is a non-sticky lip gloss. It's very smooth. It's not super plush or anything. It's kind of on the thin side, so for me, I would say I would reapply this maybe every couple hours or so if I really wanted the impact of it. I will also say it kind of smells like cardboard with like a bit of vanilla sugar added into it to try and make it smell better, but in any case, it doesn't bother me that much, and I just think this combo is gorgeous on the lips. It is so easy because it is so natural looking that it you know, fades very gracefully, so I don't have to be super on top of touch-ups, and overall, I just really like this lip combo. Like, it has become an ultimate staple, natural but you know, slightly glammed because it's glossy type of a lip look for me. And there you have it, my friends. There was my best and worst of beauty for February here. I apologize for this getting up a bit late going into March, but thank you all for your patience. I hope it was worth the wait, seeing what I was loving and not so much loving in the past month of February. I hope you all had a great month. I mean, it was fine up until the end of the month when I had my debilitating back pain, but I'm on the mend. Clearly, I'm able to sit upright. I mean, my back is definitely cramping right now from sitting upright for so long, but other than that, I am healing. I'm on the mend, right? Knock on wood. And I just hope you guys had a wonderful month. Let me know in the comments down below, A, what your best and worst of beauty was for this past month. What were you loving and hating? And then B, if you have tested out any of these products that I did mention, let me and the rest of the casserole fam here know how you felt about it. Did you like it? Did you not like it? You're totally allowed. You know, if I hated a product and you loved it, you're allowed. If I loved a product and you hated it, did I just say that? Either way, you are allowed to your opinion, and I love hearing it down in the comments section below. You can also let me know if you enjoyed this video or found it helpful in seeing some products here that you may or may not want to try yourself by giving this video a thumbs up down below. I would really appreciate it. And if you're new here, hey, hi, hello, how are you? You can go ahead and subscribe, hit that notification bell. You can become a member of my casserole family here on my channel. I'd love to have you here. And as always, I just hope you guys are all doing well. Until next time, just stay well until then. Bye!